So, INEOS being given the green light at long last. Recording this video today after the news broke essentially yesterday, and maybe murmurings of it the day before, about the green light officially being given by the Premier League, by then the FA as well, which has been followed up by Ben Jacobs today about the FA approving of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS's 25% stake in Manchester United being accepted. And what does that mean for Manchester United now? What it does mean is that it can be finally the start of something, definitely something. Whether something's good or something's bad, we have to see which direction this ends up going. I'm sure that me, along with many other Manchester United supporters, are in the camp that we can feel like, yeah, this should go in a positive direction, right? At the very least, a positive direction, because it's not that hard to get better from the position that we were in prior with the Glazer ownership and with then the likes of Murto Madness sat just below them, with bankers in charge at the helm of the football club. And this, it breeds a new dawn for Manchester United. And as we said, whether it's good or bad, it remains yet to be seen what the devil in the detail is. But the implications as to what this this moment means is essentially this new ownership that has, by way of words, pledged its commitment to uh, creating maybe a dynasty of sporting excellency, and perhaps then the the fine tuning of its commercial side to attract all the most lucrative deals and offers and um, sponsorships. So there's positives with this move, with the intent shown by the incoming parties to taking over the stakes in Manchester United and what can entail from it. Now, things are moving quite fast at the moment. At the point of me recording this, there is also breaking news of the director of football. The target for director of football has been made very public and very clear. I'll be doing a second video that will be released later on, either today or tomorrow, as a pre-record, to cover that detail, to cover that story about the director of football and the potential difficulties that we might be facing in that in those endeavours. But the endeavours that are going on right here, right now, today, is that INEOS and Sir Jim Ratcliffe have supposedly now got the inkling of power to make changes and decisions at Manchester United and let the fireworks go off. Let the show begin. It's been a long time since this strategic review thing that the Glazers enlisted, or the selling of the club began back in November 2022. It has been long over a year, so this has been very much overdue. And it's come at a time where it's crucial that we give the people that are coming in the power to be able to influence the decisions, in being able to actually decide the future, as opposed to having to try and pull the strings of a puppet that's not really fully under their control. Now the puppet is, and essentially they've got everything that they need to do to pull all the strings and to make everything work and make the clock tick. But right now, as of right now, there's being very early days, and being the first day essentially that they have the ability to make influential decisions. They've already begun, making their intentions and their statements clear. They want this to be not just about words. It's fine talking the talk, but you got to walk the walk now. And They, by the looks of it, by way of intent, they are insistent on showing that they can walk the walk. And as the second video that I'll have pre-recorded as well, coming up sooner or later, will entail. And they've already essentially played a pretty big move, a really, really big coup in the form of Omar Barada for the CEO's position. Of course, with Omar Barada, is essentially fulfilling a garden leave sort of process where it's like he's agreed to join Manchester United, but essentially he's, I think, still in the job at the moment to then vacate it in the summer. But either that or I might have that wrong. He might literally be out of work at the moment as opposed as the part of leaving Manchester City. As per what might entail with the director of football's position, dependent on how it is that the club that currently hold on to the current director of football, how quietly they would like to go into the night. So, or how easily, or how comfortably they're happy to let go of such an influential figure in their structure, in their setup. But the statement of intent is made very, very clear from INEOS, and it's one that Manchester United has been desperately in need of. We're talking over a decade now. We're talking negligence by the ownership in terms of how they've owned the club, but essentially the way in which they've run the club when they've taken a slightly more hands-on role. But even though they take more hands-on roles, the negligence in putting people who are not qualified to taking these jobs at a football club and overseeing the appointments of these people, and then those people who were appointed then running the club into the ground and seeing us go backwards and all of these other clubs overtake us and put themselves in more prominent positions. Now, we might be absolutely overjoyed that we've got INEOS here and that they've sorted out the CEO. He's coming in the summer. They're sorting out the director of football, which should be wrapped up very, very soon. It could be really, really, really quick that they'll have that wrapped up. They'll probably sort out perhaps the chance of another person as head of recruitment to come in. And, there are people that they've got lined up in interest for that position. So things are happening very, very fast. And these things, we're singing the praises of INEOS and going, oh my God, this is absolutely amazing. This is scintillating stuff. But the thing is that the reality of this situation is that this is what practically happens by default at any club that's just run sensibly, right? We're so deprived of seeing our club being run so sensibly. We're deprived of having normalcy or a desperation for achievement and success, but high standards as well. And seeing decisions happening so quick, big, big decisions at that, and those favouring towards or pointing towards a very brighter future for Manchester United Football Club has got a lot of fans giddy. And you know what? I won't be ashamed to say that I do get a little bit of a kick from reading into some of this stuff. So for me, I'm just relieved that ratification is essentially now done and the green lights are being given, and now it's up to them, because now that's a pivotal part of a big new future that can be, that has basically been given the green light to start. I don't know what everybody else thinks about this, whereabouts everybody else is in terms of headspace, what people from perhaps other clubs think about this, but most importantly, what the feeling is at Manchester, in Manchester United fans' minds, and if there is this potential chance that with this new dawning of a new era, maybe it's a chance that it brings Manchester United fan base more together than it's really been for a long, long time. Where Glazer ownership has seemingly divided the fan base, especially across the last 10 years. A lot of different reasons why people don't really back each other in the fan base, or why people sell each other down the river. much like the content creators front, when it comes to trying to represent the fan base, when people don't want them to represent the fan base, and in fairness, they shouldn't represent the fan base, but they should use the platform in delivering the unanimous message that should be. But content creators can't agree on that, and the people who don't like football YouTube don't want anything to do with those people. So yeah, it's a major division, but with it being the beginning of something new and something fresh and something that could entail some very fantastic times ahead at Manchester United, maybe it's a new start for the fan base as well. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. Um, but do be sure to share with me what your thoughts and perceptions about the green light for INEOS to getting their 25% is. Um, I'm sure massive news, and a lot of fans, much like myself, a little bit excited. Not gonna lie, a little bit excited, but at the same time, now it's the relief is here. Now the focus has to change. It has to switch, and let's see what these guys are really and well and truly made of. Um, so yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. On the road to 160 subscribers. If we can get there very soon, then fantastic progress for the channel. And with it being a small channel, any and all progress is quite significant. So big ups and big thank yous to everybody that does support the channel. Um, and all of that good stuff. So as I've said already, another video set to come out. It's going to be pre-recorded as to when it shall be released. I'm feeling a bit more entailed to releasing it later on this afternoon or tonight. Also tonight there is, I believe it's episode 4 of the Good, the Bad and the Ugly show. And unfortunately, my top spot's been taken, because where it should be Manchester United getting into the good, Arsenal decided to absolutely slap up West Ham. So we've got Anthony Herbert sat in the goods part of the show, and Tony, unfortunately, Early Doors Football TV has to claim the ugly spot, seemingly 2 weeks running. So yeah, it's not great. It's not great for the West Ham faithful. But do be sure to tune in for that at 8:30 p.m. tonight. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly show. So yeah, fantastic stuff there. It will be streamed also on my channel as well as over on Early Doors. But yeah, links to Early Doors Football TV channel will be linked in that stream description. And of course, keep your eyes peeled for the second video. And given how fast things are flowing in Manchester United news, I probably feel a bit incentivized to actually releasing the second video about the Director of Football Chatter today, just so it covers that base before we get more updates, because you don't know what's going to happen. And I'm liking this change from INEOS. I'm liking the aspect that as a fan, I don't get to see what's coming. I don't get to see what's coming, because stuff just happens without really anybody knowing. It just happens so suddenly. Sounds to me like it's professional, great business. Something we've not really had at Manchester United, most certainly for the last decade, possibly longer, because most of which stuff gets leaked. Thankfully, if it's gonna be a change to that, then a pleasant surprise. But it'll be great. It'll be fantastic stuff. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope everybody else in the Manchester United fan base is as well. Thanks you very much for watching, and take care. We'll see you again very soon. Until then, take care. Goodbye. God bless.